Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. You're watching me. This is me, Farid Safi, and today again we are here with another video lecture. And the topic we are going to talk today, that is Ielts essay writing. In the last paragraph we have, that is called conclusion paragraph. So be with me. Let's proceed towards the lecture. Today's lecture we'll be talking about. In our previous lectures, we had talked about Ielts essay writing. So in Ielts essay writing, we talked that it consists of 4 paragraphs, and then we divided the first paragraph, that is called an introduction paragraph, the second paragraph, that is called main body paragraph number 1, and then we talked about main body paragraph number 2, and today the last paragraph of the essay, that is called conclusion paragraph. This is the last paragraph today, and we're talking about the last conclusion paragraph. Most of the time students, they make mistake while they are writing their essay writing. What sort of mistakes they make? First of all, let me draw a picture that our essay must look like a kid. Suppose this is an introduction paragraph. It's short, it's not that much big. While when we start checking the essays, we face a problem that what sort of problem the students they have done. The problem they have in essay writing, their introduction paragraph, it might be very short, it could be like a very small, or it could be very big. So our essay, while we are writing our essay, we need to follow a very proper structure for it. Our introduction should not be that much big, it must be small. Then we are having the main body. The main body we divide into main body paragraph number 1 and then main body paragraph number 2. And the last paragraph, if you look over here, that is the conclusion paragraph, and it's very short. But in real, like when we start checking out their essays, what students they do, their last paragraph, their conclusion paragraph, it seems a very big paragraph. So keep in your mind, if you're watching me and you want to have good band, you want to get good band in Ielts essay writing task, your essay must look like this. The last paragraph, the conclusion paragraph, that is our topic today. Let's proceed towards our topic, that what really conclusion paragraph it is and how we will be talking. Before coming towards the conclusion paragraph, I want to give you some of the tips that you need to keep in your mind. Most of the time that students, when they start writing down about the conclusion paragraph, they have a problem. And what sort of problem do they face? They write down those ideas that they forgot to mention in the introduction paragraph or the main body paragraphs. Those ideas that they forgot to mention in the above paragraphs, they try to put in the last conclusion paragraph. Remember, in conclusion paragraph, there is not for new idea, there is not to introduce any new idea. So never ever introduce any new idea in that of our conclusion paragraph. Conclusion is to summarize, to conclude our overall essay. So that is one of the problem. Do not never ever write down any new idea in conclusion paragraph. That is step number 1. Tip number 2 is, while you start writing down about conclusion paragraph, try to answer the question that was asked about the Ielts. So you need to give your answer in the conclusion paragraph. How to answer in the conclusion paragraph later on, after telling you the tips, inshallah I will be telling you how to answer the essay in conclusion paragraph as well. Next, tip number 3. While you start writing down your conclusion, it must not be more than 2 sentences. Your conclusion paragraph should not exceed 2 of the sentences, because when we see, as I draw the structure for you, the essay, the last paragraph, it's very slim, it's very short. It's like a tail of cat. So do not make it bigger. It should not be more than that of 2 paragraphs. It's very short, it's very slim, so keep it very short. Next, tip number 4. Tip number 4, we have that in conclusion paragraph, when you start writing down about it, make sure that you vary your language. Your language is not the same what you have mentioned in introduction and main body paragraph. You need to use different vocabulary over there. Vocabulary what you have mentioned above, it should be different in the conclusion paragraph. How it can be different, I'm going to tell you later on in that of the conclusion, once we start to write down about the conclusion paragraph. Number 5, tip number 5, that is also very important, that you are supposed to write down conclusion paragraph. Without conclusion paragraph, our essay will be incomplete. So if I remove the conclusion paragraph, the last paragraph from this place, the last paragraph, it means my essay will look, it will, the structure, it becomes of 3. But I just want you to go for complete 4 paragraph, an introduction paragraph, 2 main body paragraphs, and the last paragraph we have that is conclusion paragraph. You do not mention the conclusion paragraph, so your marks would be quite easily decreased. So if you do not want to deduct your marks and you want to get high band in Ielts, there is 4 paragraphs essay structure you need to follow. Now let's start with that of conclusion paragraph, how we can write down our conclusion, the last paragraph. When you start writing down your conclusion paragraph, it is a separate paragraph. You need to start your conclusion paragraph with these words. Either you can start your conclusion paragraph with these words, and conclusion, and then you will put comma. These must be your first initial words. In conclusion, you can write down in conclusion and then put comma. If you don't like the word in conclusion, you can write down to conclude. To conclude and then put comma. If you don't like these words, you can start your conclusion paragraph to sum up and put comma. But I have seen students that they write down their conclusion paragraphs with more than these words, like they start with nutshell. Nutshell, it's not a proper word to start your conclusion. Or they may start writing down about with finally. So finally, again, it's not a proper word. Why is it not? You don't need, but try to start your conclusion paragraph with these words, not with any other words. So now let's start our conclusion paragraph. The first thing, as I told you, that what we need to do is start your conclusion paragraph with in conclusion, to conclude, or we can say to sum up. After this, let's talk about, we want to take one of the practical examples over here. This is an example that has been given like by Ielts, and we want to write down conclusion paragraph for this example. How can we write down conclusion paragraph for this? This is my question, and what has been asked in the question: practical skills such as money management should be taught in high school. Practical skills should be taught. And so do you agree or disagree? The type of question they have been asked, opinion type of question, and we want to go to write down conclusion paragraph is in the beginning. And tip number 1, I told you that conclusion paragraph, in conclusion paragraph, we start writing down with these 3 words, number 1, and number 2, we are supposed to give answer to the question. How do I give answer to my question? Now this is my conclusion paragraph over here for that type of question. In conclusion, after in conclusion, this comma is very important for us because punctuation matters in your essay writing. Be very careful with your punctuations, because most of the students, they neglect punctuations and they lose very easy marks over there. So we can say in conclusion, and now I want to give my answer. How I can give my answer? I can say this essay supports. In place of if I start writing down that I support or I agree or I disagree, what I can write down, I'm talking about that essay, I can take a start with these words. I can say the essay supports. Now this gives an idea that I agree. You are going to give your answer to the examiner, to the question that yes, I know how to answer in conclusion paragraph. If you don't like to write down with these words, this essay supports, you can also write down your words, this essay acknowledges. This essay supports means this essay acknowledges. So whatever word you like, either if you like the word supports, you can start with this word, or if you don't like supports, you can go with the word acknowledges. This essay acknowledges. What does it acknowledges? You need to give an answer. An answer of what? The question they have been asked. They asked us a question. The practical skills such as money management should be taught in high school. They're asking that practical skills, real life skills, like what type of skills? Like financial management, clear, how to look after money should be taught at high school. And for this question, we want to give answer in our that of the conclusion paragraph. As I said in tip number 3, that your language must be varied. You are not supposed to use the same language what has been given to you people in the introduction paragraph. How I have changed my words. I use supports the idea. This essay supports the idea that teenagers over there in the question, they have asked us about what that taught in high school. So we want to say the teenagers are to. They have used should, we have used are to. Taught functional subjects. In the question, Ielts has asked us about practical skills. Practical skills, clear, we want to convert functional subjects. Practical skills we have converted into functional subjects like what? Like financial planning. Like financial, and the question they had asked us about what? Money management. So money management, we want to vary our language, we want to change our language, we have converted into what? We have converted into financial planning. Now we want to give reason why. Because now you need to put your reason over here, because it helps them in adulthood and lack of education related to these topics can have serious consequences. Now this is my overall what? This is my overall conclusion now. First of all, I just changed the words that had been given by the Ielts in the question, and I varied my words down, and then I gave reason why am I thinking that financial management is important, clear? So if you have such type of question, you can just go to give your answer over here, and you can write down, just paraphrase, your language must be changed, and then you can give a very simple that of the simple reason that why you think so. Now one thing more, this is entirely my conclusion paragraph, it's not more than 2 lines. One thing very important, that this is an optional for conclusion paragraph. What is an optional thing? Suppose you have written your essay and finally you are done with your essay, and you come to know that the essay I have written, it does not meet 250 words. You're in lack of words. You did not write down 250 words. You need 10-15 more words. But if you do not complete 250 words, your marks could be deducted. What you can do right now at this time, this thing what I'm teaching you, this is entirely an optional thing. If you think you need to write down at a time that you think that my marks could not meet 250 words. If it max 250 words essay, you don't need to write down. But if you think you do not meet up the whole 250 words criteria, then you are supposed to write down one more sentence with conclusion paragraph, and the sentence we call recommendation or prediction sentence. Recommendation sentence or predictional sentence. And as I said, it's optional. Why is it optional? Because if your words are completed, no need. If you think that your words cannot meet up, then you are supposed to write down an optional recommendation or that of prediction sentence. How can I start? Is you have finished your conclusion paragraph here, right from this place, you can take a start with this. How you will start your words? You can write, if you need to write down prediction statement, you can start writing words, it is predicted. if you want to write down that of recommendation sentence, you can write down it is recommended. See, for example, I want to give recommendation for this. I want to give recommendation statement for that of this essay. How can I write down recommendation statement for this of essay? Now, can you see here? This is serious. After this, I have written one of the sentence from this place till this place. It is recommended. It is recommended that governments make this a compulsory part of the education system. Now, this one sentence from this place till this place, that is called what? This is called our that is called the first one we have, that is recommendation statement. And I need to write down at a time when I need. If I don't need, it's an optional. You don't need to write down. The second statement, you can write down about prediction. The second conclusion, if you look from this place, it is predicted that climate change will be successfully tackled with such inventions. Now, recommendation when you want to recommend something, prediction when you want to predict for future. So look at your essay, either your essay conclusion needs recommendation or prediction. It depends on the essay over there. Well, it was today's lecture, the last paragraph of essay writing down. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much. Inshallah, we will be coming with a new video as well. Thank you so much.